Hello, YouTube. What is going on? It is your boy GZTV back with another video. This is the final video we are going to be shooting of the day. I know it might not be super high effort, but I just want to kind of get this video in. It is going to be the weekly track roundup for the week of the 8th of September. And obviously, on the surface, it doesn't seem like a big month given what I'm putting out in this video. But we have drops from Olivia Rodrigo and Tizo Touchdown. It kind of sucks that I didn't cover the Olivia Rodrigo album, and I don't think I plan on doing it. She's a pretty big artist, obviously, in the rap, or not rap, but in the music industry. But I'm just gonna give you guys kind of like the in-between stuff of Tizo and Olivia Rodrigo's albums. You know, everyone that kind of dropped in between, starting. Without further ado, let's just get into it. And there was a pretty big artist that dropped this week, obviously a posthumous streaming platform thing. I know, don't call me a casual in the comments. I know that this was a previous release, and it was on SoundCloud, and they're just re-releasing his shit to milk it for his mother. We know this, but so BOA, I'm not sure what that album is gonna mean for A Boogie, what that stands for, but we have a little like preview EP here from A Boogie with the Hoodie. Actually, some pretty good songs. I'm quite impressed with what A Boogie gave us here. All the songs are actually pretty solid. I mean, Booby Trap is good. Her Birthday is good. Did Me Wrong might be the weaker of the three tracks, but yeah. I might listen to this album. I mean, he has a pretty solid sound. A Boogie's been at least consistent with dropping music. Maybe it hasn't been the best music in the world, but kind of cool stuff from A Boogie. I don't really have much to say. Next, we have XXXTentacion, who, rest in peace, the dude's an absolute legend. It wasn't enough. There's another EP that dropped, and he has Kill Station, Wi-Fi's Funeral on here a couple times. Yeah, pretty solid songs here. The typical SoundCloud era of XXXTentacion, and I don't even know if I've heard any of these three. I listened to I Talked to the Devil in Miami. It was like the very chilling instrumental on that. That's obviously like that's the highlight song of this album, or of this little project. I need to go back and listen to old X. I mean, that's really what this EP makes me want to do, man, because he was so fucking good. He was a special breed of artist, man. Such an interesting aesthetic, so unique. I mean, no one was really doing music like he was doing it. It sucks that he died, man. That, like, if there's a rapper that died over the last, 5 years or so that hit me the most, it was probably X. Because, wow, dude, that shit, man, he was so good, bro. He was really fucking good. And this EP further continues that and reminds people by putting it on streaming plats. All the casual fans can actually give it a listen. That's all I have to say, but yeah, Young Nudie dropped a Peaches and Eggplants remix, which, did we really need this? I mean, that's Lotto and Sexy Red. They gotta get their female representation on the record, I guess. Did we need this, though? Not really. It's literally the original song with some dirty female lyrics. I mean, we all know how Sexy Red and how Lotto rap. There's nothing there. Nothing new there. But speaking of dirty female rappers, we have Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion with Bongos, probably one of the worst songs I heard out of this week. I mean, that beat is fucking trash, annoying, cringy, NPC-ish. I don't even know what to say. People on Twitter are hating on it, and frankly, I am too. Obviously, it's going to be a hit. Obviously, people are going to listen to it, but I don't buy it myself, so there's that. I don't know. This week wasn't super duper memorable. There's not a lot to say as we get into Busta Rhymes and Coi Leray's new song, Luxury of This Life. This might be the second or third song that these two have worked on together. And actually, Coi Leray and Lotto kind of had some drama over Benzino over the weekend. So that's kind of some interesting stuff. I won't go too deep in that. You guys can look it up and look at articles if you'd like. But it's kind of strange how, sexual they're talking to each other here, given they're probably, 20 years apart. I don't know, man. That's a strange song. It kind of creates an uncomfortable atmosphere, given the context. As we get into Realist K, obviously from the big Nav break he had, I gotta keep listening to him. He dropped Stranger, a pretty typical R&B cut. It's not like this guy's doing much for the music industry, but you can still kind of appreciate what he's doing. But yeah, we can get into I Don't Give a Fuck with Chris Brown, Maria the Scientist, T Grizzly. Pretty decent, more of an R&B-ish, and I do kind of like T Grizzly going in more of an R&B direction. I think he's found success with that on a lot of albums, so I don't really hate it as much, but nothing too impressive as we get Lil Pump dropping another super random single, and he keeps using the same cover art as he used for one of his albums. I feel like this guy just doesn't give a fuck anymore, and he's looking to just drop music, get streams, and make money. I don't really think he cares. Glow in the Dark, who cares? It's a super forgettable song, even for Lil Pump standards. Like, let's be real here. As we get Currency dropped an album with someone, but I can't remember what the guy's name was, but they had a track with Rob 49, and obviously I've heard of Rob 49 before the Utopia album, but I haven't really been as motivated to listen to him since before that. So now that he was on Utopia and delivered a pretty solid feature, I'm going to be looking out for anything that Rob 49 drops, and he was featured on a Currency album, so I listened to it. Nothing much to say, but I can't say it's trash, so that's like the least you can get there. As we get Glorilla, a bunch of random ass artists. I mean, Tay Keith did some production here, but we have Glorilla and Tay Keith. I mean, that's really all that matters about the collab. It's cool. Glorilla has a pretty memorable voice. She's pretty good. I mean, I will say, as annoying and cringy as female rappers can get at times, they've definitely been making an uprising in the industry. There are so many female rappers out right now. And I mean, that's something to really be proud of. It's never really been like that. Obviously, we've had the Lauryn Hills and the Nicki Minaj's and the Remy Ma's and the Young M.A.'s and Lil Kim's and all that stuff. But I don't think female rap's really been in the position it is now with like how much talent there is. So that's cool. Don't really have much to say about that song though. As we get into Wolfface Joey, he dropped a little album with someone, and he had Sofago and B-Love on it. The Sofago song I think I've heard before. I don't even know why I'm including it in this video, but there you have it. Stunner for Vegas working on a song with Skilla Baby. Again, not very memorable. Not a lot of these songs here to end off are very memorable. As we get into Blakeana with another Sexy Red feature, Bing Bong, I will say, I don't know what the fuck that song title is, but Sexy Red has been on a feature run. She has been going crazy. I had the hiccup, sorry, I just ate lunch like an hour ago. Sexy Red's been going crazy, bro. She's getting that bag, let's be real. So, there you go. Quinn and FN and Sauce Walker, it's Waka. You gotta be slang with it, you gotta be cool with it. With Boss Blues, actually a pretty solid song. I don't really have any complaints about it, but there you have it. As we have Snoop Dogg, E40, Snoop Dogg and E40 pretty much working with a couple other random artists on Underrated. E40's voice is a little too memorable to miss, so he has some pretty interesting feature here, I guess. I don't know. 22nd Gym, not sure who that is, but he dropped a song with Babyface Ray. Babyface Ray is a pretty solid rapper, so I decided to listen to it, and I don't know. Not very memorable. I feel like it's safe to say we can just name the rest of the artists that dropped and be done with this video. We had Peasy, Moneyman, and Larry June with Fashion Week, which was okay. Kind of had that underground, grungy sound, I guess. Let me listen to this. Like that Griselda. It had that Griselda sound. Then we had Blueface, Tyga, Mustard, OGZ, a couple other people. Pretty star-studded, like West Coast banger there. I mean, on paper, you get exactly what's on the song. That's nothing super surprising. So there you have it. I'm out, guys. I know it's a pretty short and abrupt video, but shout out to X, pretty much the highlight of the week. X had a good song, some songs there, but other than that, I don't know. Not super impressed with that, but Tizo Touchdown.